So when it comes to burning fat, it's not just the fat that we want to target that you can pinch an inch of. What we want to really focus on is actually helping you decrease the amount of fat inside your whole body, including visceral fat, the most dangerous kind. For those of you who don't know what visceral fat is fat among your organs, and what we're going to do is show you ways that you can start to decrease the amount of visceral fat inside your whole body to make sure that you can start living the life that you deserve and also want. So we're going to be releasing more videos about exercise, building muscle to burn fat, and also about nutrition to help you become the best version of yourselves. So if you want to learn more about how we can actually do this for you, make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you also click the bell to get notifications on when I release videos. We want to help you out as much as possible. If you would also like to share this with a friend, feel free to do that, because you're going to help the channel grow, but also you're going to help your friend become the best version, to avoid all those mistakes, to become the best versions of themselves as well. Looking forward to sharing with you the tips now to help you decrease belly fat. So if you're watching this, you could be a person who's already exercising or someone who is looking to start exercise. And the reason why is because you want to be able to be the best version of yourself, because maybe that waist is getting a little bit bigger and you're not moving as comfortable. Or maybe it's stopping you from doing something that you really enjoy. It could be going to the beach, it could be wearing clothing that you prefer, or even just being physically fit like you used to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you decrease that belly fat through doing some exercises that will help you become more efficient in the gym and also outside of the gym as well. Now I'm going to be very honest with you, this is the exact same method that I do with all my clients inside my clinic, inside my gym, and also the time I've been a personal trainer for the last 10 years. Not only that, as an exercise physiologist for the last 5 years as well, I've been teaching these sustainable methods that have gotten great results with all my clients. So if you need any help, watch this video here, and if you still get stuck, make sure you message me and I can help you with either creating a few more videos or even just commenting on this video here. I can reply back to you and help you out as well. So I want you to watch this whole video. Number 3 is my favorite, but honestly, if you can do at least 3 of the 5 of these things, I think you'll be going very far with your journey to decrease that belly fat to become the best version of you. So the first tip that I have for you is very, very simple. And if you're not doing this yet, it's time to get started. If you can't do it, it's also time for you to work up to this. Just know that all of these don't have any progress in terms of which is more important than the next, but it's really important. So for number 1, what you need to do is start exercising. And I don't just mean going for a walk, because that is something I'm going to address later on. What I mean exercising is I actually really mean focus on big compound-based movements. And there's so many ways that you can start to do these exercises safely if you haven't started exercising yet, or how you can start to focus more your attention on exercises that are more important. So what I mean by this is things like your squats, your push-ups, your bench press, your shoulder press, even things like lunges and deadlifts. Those are going to be so much more beneficial for you. These exercises here require to use more muscles, more energy, and also save you more time. Is there anything better than those 3 things? If you could do more things with less time to give you more benefit, those are some of the exercises that I would recommend. Now, some of you are probably saying, I can't do some of these exercises because of, say, injuries, or even saying that the experience. So make sure you invest time in learning to do it properly. On a side note, exercises like, say, your chin-ups and your push-ups, these are really good for you to be able to work into. The reason why is because these exercises are primarily focused on how much you as a person weigh, and also your strength in ratio to your body weight. So if your body weight is lower and you can start to do these exercises, that's a big bonus and a big win. Another thing to realize is that if your strength starts to get stronger in relation to your body weight, that's also a big win. One thing I would really like to emphasize when it comes to learning these exercises is about focusing your attention on your performance based on it. And what I mean is trying to get better at them, trying to get stronger at them, or even saying that, trying to find yourself getting fitter by completing more exercises in less time, or the same amount of exercises in less time. This is how you can determine yourself to get fitter, and I don't want you to focus on just the body weight on the scale or just the measurements on your waist just yet. Now the second one is related to exercise, and I was talking about going for a walk or your steps, and we call it NEAT. N-E-A-T. Very long-term word, it is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Wow, it's a really long word. It doesn't mean as much as you may think. What we're talking about is incidental exercise. Exercise that's non-formal based. Now some of you might be saying, well, I already do a lot of steps at work. I do a lot of, say, moving at home. Despite that, are you getting results? This is more so for the people who are exercising really hard, but maybe not getting as many steps in their day. What we wanted you to realize is that if we had two people, the exact same age and say a different multiverse, what we're talking about is if this person were eating the same amount of calories and doing the same program, and this person was doing the same amount of exercise and also eating the same amount of calories, but this person here was doing more, say, work with their stepping, say 10,000 versus 3,000, this person would in theory get more results when it comes to burning fat and also potentially belly fat as well. So I always like to tell people, what can you do to make sure that you're doing the best that you can? So what I would like you to know is just try and find those low-hanging pieces of fruit. Things that aren't too hard, things that can help you out long term. Imagine if you could get those few thousand steps extra per day over across a longer period of time, which we're going to talk about later on. It's going to be more beneficial than you just going for 20,000 steps on a Monday and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're not hitting as many. So just be aware of your steps, and what I do is I actually track my steps with my step counter just to be aware if I have a goal that I want to hit per day. Now saying that, if I hit that goal per day and it still doesn't get me results, there's some other things I need to address, which includes, like I mentioned before, am I hitting my compound-based exercises? And also step number 3, which is one of my favorite to talk about. Step number 3, what we're going to talk about is protein. I really recommend that everyone hits some sort of protein-based goals. Now, I'm not just saying have your protein shakes, because that's also what we call supplements. And supplements, I believe, have their time and place. But at this point in time, I really want to talk about the food that you eat and actually chew. So lean meats, and for those of you who may be vegetarian and vegan, other substitutes such as beans or tofu. The reason why I want to talk about increasing your protein is because it has a higher thermogenic effect compared to carbs and fat. Now, you're probably wondering, what do those big words mean? Essentially, for food to be broken down and processed into your body, protein actually takes the most amount to actually break down for you to use as energy. So with that in mind, this is why so many diets actually tend to trend around increasing your fat intake and decreasing your carb intake. Now I want you to know, I'm not saying to decrease your carbs all the way down. You want to be aware of it, but I just want you to focus on protein for now. If you're training hard and you're looking to recover, protein is going to help you bounce back so you can get back into training and helping you out long term. If you're getting hungry because you're constantly snacking, protein is going to be the one that's going to help you keep fuller for longer. So you can start to see why it's going to be very important. Don't use supplements unless you have a really good foundation of actually eating your protein first. Supplements are not the magic pill or the magic drink. What we want to do is help you with long-term based habits. So try and find out how you can get protein in your diet. Just as a side tip for me, every time I eat, I like to make sure I at least have one piece of serving of protein, and that's either the size of my fist, and that's dependent on also what you can ingest as well. So just be aware of that and see what you can do to implement that into your daily intake. So have you noticed that I actually haven't given you how to exercise? I haven't said, hey, look, you have to do interval-based training or only strength-based training. There are so many ways that you can do it. Think of it as tools, and how you use those tools is actually up to you. Now, I prefer doing strength-based training, so that includes bench press, squats, and deadlifts. And then afterwards, I like to do a small little circuit with, say, lunges and push-ups and rows to help me save some time. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer doing strength-based training, circuit training, or maybe are you like me where you like to do a little bit of both? Let me know and comment down below. Number 4, I think, is something that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's about sustainability. We're talking about sustainability because the best way to actually keep getting to your goal is to keep working on it, and you can't stop. So what I'm saying is, don't go too hard too soon. What I'm talking about is, don't decrease your food all too much. What I'm talking about is, don't train so hard 6 days a week when you need time to recover. And another thing is to make sure that you understand what you can do to make sure you can find it to be enjoyable. What I've done with a lot of people is start to track their habits as opposed to just their waist and their weight. Are you exercising 3 times per week? Are you hitting your protein goal every single day? And even saying that, are you hitting your step goal every single day? I'm doing this for myself as well because I think it actually works. Even though it may not be giving me the direct goal, at least I know where my foundation is of what my minimum targets are each day. And if you don't have that, you may be just going up and down in spikes every single time. What we want you to understand is that this is now starting to become a new lifestyle for you. And if you're not doing this, you need to be able to do something different to be able to get different results. So in the past, if you've done something and you stopped, that means that's no longer your new sustainable. What we need to do is find you a new sustainable for your new situation to be able to help you for long term. So I want you to keep that in mind, think about sustainability, and I'm actually going to say start tracking some habits. And if you can't find your minimum targets every single day, send me a message, send me an email, and let's see what we can do to help you out. Because I believe that everyone should have some sort of daily target, which isn't going to strain you too much, but isn't going to be too easy. Because if it's too easy and it doesn't challenge you, you don't want to do it anymore. But if it's too challenging and too overwhelming, you're still not going to do it. So we need to find you the right amount every single day. Now, number 5 is the last one. It's going to sound a little bit odd, but just notice what I'm trying to say here. I want you to decrease the amount of core exercises that you do. Now, here's why I'm saying this. Every single time I meet someone who wants to decrease their belly fat, the first thing that they start doing is belly-based exercises. So they'll start doing crunches, they'll start doing planks, Russian twists, which are all great exercises. But then after that, they pack up and they go home. That's not what we need you to do. We still want you to exercise, we still want you to do some core-based exercises, but if you're doing more than say like 5 every single day, it's time to start focusing your energy on things that are much better and much bigger to be able to help you long term. So what I'm saying is do your push-ups, do your shoulder presses, do your lunges, do your squats. These are going to be better for you. And then at the end, actually start doing some core-based exercises. If you only end up doing 2 exercises or 1 exercise, it's still better than none. But think about it. Are those core-based exercises really burning more energy than what your body's doing when you're doing squats, presses, lunges, and deadlifts? That's what I want you to start thinking about. You've got bigger things to fry. It's like that concept when someone's trying to fit everything into a jar. And you want to be fitting the big rocks first. These are your squats, your lunges, your push-ups. Then after that, you want to start fitting in other things as well. This could be your walking and some cardio into it as well. Then after that, you got your nutrition. Those are your little medium-sized pebbles. At the very, very end, then you start feeding the sand in. That's going to be your core-based exercises. It's not as important, but if you put everything into it right now at the start, you can't fit all the bigger important things like your big pebbles, like your squats and presses, as compared to also your cardio because you have no more energy. So start thinking about it like that. You've got big things to focus on, then you can start moving your way down the hierarchy of when it comes to exercises and fat loss. So that's so much more important and also sustainable for you long term. So that's honestly all the information that I have for you. If you want more information about how we can help you get to your goals, first of all, obviously subscribe to my channel. We want to be able to know that you are watching our stuff and we can help you along the way. The second thing is go into the description and also click on the link and you can subscribe to my newsletter. This is when we start giving people free information on how to train, how to exercise, what nutritions work for you and what you need to do to help you with long-term gains. The next thing is I would love for you to just comment, like, share and subscribe to my channel if I haven't mentioned that already. I just want to be able to help as many people as possible. If you can help me get more people to this channel to help them out with potentially some exercises or even some mistakes that I have done and I want you to avoid, that's literally all we're looking for. So if you can, do that for me and I'll make sure I'll create more content based on what you guys are telling me to make. So comment on this video or any of my videos and say, hey look, Sean, can you help me with this? And I'll be gladly being able to help you with that if I have enough people requesting it as well. Thank you so much everybody, enjoy your day and let's keep building momentum.